All right, good night, LA is following this breaking news. We have a pursuit on our hands in Orange County. CHP in pursuit of what is being described as a reckless DUI suspect behind the wheel on the 91 westbound in the city of Anaheim. Speeds hovering about 70 miles per hour. Fortunately, it's late at night and not a lot of drivers on the road, so that leaves less room for reckless driving and effects to other innocent drivers, of course. We have Tim Lynn, law enforcement official, law enforcement expert on the line with us, who has been involved with these pursuits across his many years in the industry. Tim, what can you make of this as we're seeing CHP come a little bit closer?
Yeah, they've been chasing this car now for about 50 minutes. This all started out in East L.A., as you said, a reckless drunk driver. L.A. County sheriffs had the pursuit, took it out the 60 freeway, and when they crossed the 57, the watch commander canceled the pursuit, and then CHP picked it up. They continued east on the 660, and then south on the 15, bringing it back to the 91, and now it's coming back westbound 91 as our helicopter gets overhead and picks it up. But it's been maintaining speeds at about 70 to 80 miles an hour most of the way. At one point, it was up in the hundreds, but it seems to be now that he's settling down and getting into the area of the 57 freeway. So we'll have to see if he's going to pick up the 57 freeway or continue on after he gets through this interchange. But right now, it's just been weaving through traffic, nothing really radical, just staying in lanes when it is cleared. As you said, the traffic is pretty light this time of night on the freeways, but you know, things could change. But right now, they're just going to have to wait and see and stay with the car and figure out what this guy's planning to do. Is he going to go back to the East LA area? He's going to get off on surface streets. But right now, it's just a wait and see for the CHP officers behind.
All right, the suspect then covering quite the number of miles from East LA, now in Orange County, California 91 westbound, just passing the Tustin Avenue exit. That's according to our extreme nav technology. He has plenty of lanes, or she has plenty of lanes to maneuver between with light traffic. That is the best news that we can report. Now, with CHP traveling behind closely here, Tim, we always talk about strategy on bringing these things to a pursuit. We know the pit maneuver is not an option. Speeds are just way too high. Spike strips is another potentially viable option, though.
Yes, it is. They have different areas in the freeway systems where they know that they're able to put out spike strips because the freeway will narrow down. They're able to be in a place of safety to be able to deploy those spike strips on the freeway, but they also have to look out for other traffic on the freeway. And luckily, with it going this speed, it's actually holding back the traffic that normally is probably at 75, 80 miles an hour this time of night on that 91. So it's in their favor right now. They're just going to wait till they get to an area where they know they can deploy that safely. It might be here at the interchange at 57 where the freeway will narrow down just a little bit. And like I said, it's just a wait and see. They're going to try everything they can to go ahead and stop this car. But on the other hand, he's not really putting other people in danger right now. So there's no real hurry for them to do aggressive moves to try to stop this vehicle.
Well, that's good and bad news because we could be here for a while. We've seen these things play out. We always talk about, you know, how much gas does somebody have when they are running from authorities, as is the case tonight. In terms of this want of reckless drunk driver, the good news is we haven't seen much reckless driving. And it looks like they are maintaining whichever lane they choose to be in. And thank goodness that there aren't a lot of people out. I mean, it's just a wonder that people still drink and drive these days when there's so many other options.
Right. And, you know, as we always say, ride share is the better way of doing it. But, you know, that's just what they're assuming is going on here. They really don't know what this driver's impairment is. Is it alcohol? Is it drugs? Is it, you know, he's just trying to get away from them? Because the reason for the stop, the original pullover was, you know, symptoms of DUI. But when he tried to stop him, he took off, or he or she took off, and is continuing on. But you see now straddling lanes and kind of working its way along, turn signal on for really no reason. But it looks like we might be getting to the point where he's going to get off now. He's switching back over. But, yeah, it's just a matter of time is on the side of the officers just to let him go. But if he starts acting kind of silly, then they'll, start doing something different. There could have been a spike strip right there because you saw him kind of weave out.
Exactly.
There was a unit on the side of the side of the road, and now he's kind of picking up speed, being a little more aggressive in his getting away. So when they get close to somebody or do something that it makes them feel they're going to get caught, they tend to start driving a little faster, a little more recklessly. But luckily, he's just cruising right along. And if that spike strip was successful there, we'll start seeing a little bit of smoke coming off those tires. But looks like we're getting off the freeway here at East, right up in the north end of Anaheim. So let's see which way he goes once he hits the surface streets.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a look at the make and model of the vehicle. It almost resembles a Prius, but it might be a little too large for that. Oh, it's coming to a stop here, Tim, so we'll see what happens. There's a couple of units now pulling up. Okay, we've seen this how many times? The cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
It's the stop and go, where they think they can get away. Tinted windows for sure. As they're making a right here, it looks like South Raymond Avenue, and maybe they will make a stop here. I'm not going to hold my breath.
Well, they could have got a good, successful spike strip, and he's felt his tires go down. So it may be that point to where he feels there's no sense in him running away at that point. So right now, CHP officers will now call for commands for him to take the keys out of the ignition, throw them out the window, and then start that process of getting him to come out. Their driver door open.
Okay.
See it here.
It sounds. It looks like that's probably what happened because we saw the unit. We saw him kind of swerve around trying to avoid spike strips, but maybe they did get him with the spike strips, and now we're here, pulled over, and we saw the door open. It didn't look like he emerged or she emerged. Okay, door opening again. You're seeing the arms, hands up, doing as told. Looks like a male. Oh, that's not what you want to do. You want to have your back to the officers. So, Tim, walk us through the procedure here.
Okay, as he steps away, they'll have him face away, put his hands up, now raising his shirt up, and that's just show his waistband that he doesn't have any weapons in his waistband. And then they'll turn him back around and have him start walking backwards towards them to get him away from the car. That's normal procedure, but each department has a little bit different. But, yeah, there he is, walking backwards. And they'll bring him back to their position of cover. At that point, the arrest team will take charge of him. And after that point, 2 or 3 other officers will go up and clear that unit or clear that car. But get him down on his knees, get across his feet and behind him so he can't run, and then have him go down on up. Yeah, just cross your legs. So you can't, jump up real fast as they come up. So that's just a procedure they use. Sometimes they put them down on the pavement, but the officers are coming up. We'll take custody of him. And now you'll watch the right side of the black and white. There, the units or the officers will then get into a search team and go up and check the car, make sure there's no one else in the back seat, and we'll be all code 4, and suspect will be off back towards East LA.
Yeah. Okay. Well, CHP is doing just as you called for, and that was to check the vehicle and make sure that it is cleared. It sounds like you've done this a time or two in your many-year career.
A couple.
Tim Lynn, we appreciate you, CHP, bringing this latest pursuit to an end. This is at, I believe, Alan, producer, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Raymond and Orange in the city of Anaheim. That is the latest here. Pardon me, it's in Fullerton. We picked it up in Anaheim. It ended here safely. Doesn't look like anyone was hurt, thank goodness. DUI, reckless driving suspect, now in custody. Good work by CHP. Good work by former police officer Tim Lynn. Always appreciate you joining our coverage, Tim. Thank you.
Good night, Marla.
Okay, good night. And you at home, we will be right back with more Good Night LA.